Here. Just wanted to go over one of the first videos, probably one of the most important, nutrition. So there's going to be two of these nutrition videos, and they're going to kind of show you a little bit of the why we're doing the things that we are, so that you have a better understanding of what foods you're putting into your mouth and the reason behind them, which is more, I think, motivational and kind of going to keep you on the track if you know the reason why. So first thing, one of the most important things, don't starve yourself. Yeah, you'll lose weight quickly, but you're not going to maintain it. And overall, that's kind of the reason why yo-yo dieting exists. What happens when you go into starvation mode? Your body wants to hold on to fat and burn the muscle as an energy source. It does that because fat is worth more energy than muscle. So you mix that with caffeine, or you mix it with over-exercise, and your body will start to change composition for the bad. So you'll get fatter, you'll lose muscle, okay, which is not good. So you need to basically do the opposite. You need to feed yourself the amount of energy that you need, and then basically your body is in a more, I guess, relaxed state, and be like, okay, I'm not starving, I can burn the fat and I can grow muscle. And then at rest, when you're sleeping, when you're relaxing, your body's going to increase its metabolism, and to maintain the muscle that you have, it's going to burn more calories. Okay, so you do need to eat less than you're currently having, but you can't starve yourself. Okay, that's why stress and everything is so important in this equation, and that is what we're going to go over in the stress little seminar webinar thing. A lot of people that I talk to kind of try and, I guess, out exercise or outrun a bad diet. So basically they just think, oh, if I have chocolate, I'm gonna just exercise harder and that'll be okay. No, don't do that. Okay. First off, exercise doesn't give you nutrients. So if your diet is crap and you're just thinking that yeah, I'll just exercise it off, where are you going to get nutrients from? Okay, that's how your body works with nutrients. Nutrients are the nuts and bolts that hold your body together. Okay, it's kind of like if you're going to build a skyscraper, those are the actual little people that are going to build the skyscraper for you. Okay, um, so focus on having proper food. Um, a good comparison for you is, like, let's say a Gatorade. So it's a sports drink. It would take me 20 minutes rowing on a rowing machine, like pretty hard out, to burn off a Gatorade. And a Gatorade is a sports drink. So imagine what happens if you're having like not a sports drink, something that's a little bit naughtier. Okay, so it is more important that you focus on your nutrition, because that is going to make a lot more difference than exercising like a crazy person. Okay, so nutrition is more important than exercise. Of course, you still need to exercise, but nutrition is where you're going to get the most difference if you were to do that just by itself. Of course, don't just do it by itself, because otherwise you're not going to have any muscles, and therefore you're not going to be very strong. So like I said, you need to eat less energy than you need. Okay, so your food plans will be based around what your goal is, which is weight loss for most of you, and that is therefore going to be less energy that you need. So for example, if you need 1500 calories to maintain the body that you have, you are either going to eat less, so maybe like 1300 calories, or if you're exercising, you're going to stick with 1500 calories, but you're going to burn an extra 300. So it's kind of like if you needed 1800, but you only ate 1500. So I guess a deficit of about 300 calories, that's about one handful of rice. Okay, like it's more like 2/3 of a cup of rice. And that's all you got to do every day. Just eat less, just a little bit less. Okay. But a word of caution: it's not just about calories in and out. You need to focus also on like hormones and stress. Okay, we're going to talk about that a little bit more later. But yeah, a lot of people kind of miss out, the hormone thing. Okay. And again, if you want to achieve proper health, you need to eat real food with real nutrients. Being skinny is not healthy. Okay, think of an anorexic person. You'd rather be a little bit bigger and have nutrients than be anorexic and be unhealthy. So main things you want to avoid: processed food, sugar, alcohol, and unhealthy fats. and obviously eating too much. Detox is there because if you are eating a lot of bad foods, it may be good just to detox from those foods, not to go on some ridiculous fasting detox or juice detox. You all have livers and kidneys, I hope, and their job is to detoxify your body. Okay, so you don't need to detox yourself because your body can do that for you. If you are having, lots and lots of bad food, you may want to go on a food detox, which basically means just have fruit and vegetables and real food the whole time. So like whole foods, not processed at all. Get rid of any chemicals in your diet, so it's like chewing gum, artificial sweeteners, and everything like that. Eat healthy fats. Most people miss that out. Okay, they think it's just carbs, protein, carbs, protein. People are almost scared of fats, and I think that's because back in the day, fat was bad, and some fats are bad, but there are good fats as well. Okay, and preparing your meals, massive one. Do that on Sunday. That just is going to make your life easier. It's going to make you feel more in control of your life and more in control of your eating. Um, at least just prepare until maybe like Wednesday. So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's half of your week done. And then that's going to be better than eating out all of your lunches. So basically, diet on vegetables, protein, and complex carbohydrates, and do it in that order. So when I say complex carbohydrates, it's things that are slow release, which is like brown rice. Okay, if you have simple carbohydrates, it's pretty much the same as having sugar. So that's like white bread, for example. If you want to count something, count the nutrients rather than calories. So protein, that is basically going to equal muscle. That's its main kind of thing that it does. There are obviously other things it does, neurotransmitters and that kind of thing. And make sure that your protein you're having is like a lean protein source. So like beef and that kind of thing. Pork is very fatty. You're better off having things like chicken, fish, turkey, eggs, beans, lentils, tofu, if vegetarian, falafel, tempeh, that kind of thing. And supplements are an easy way to get your protein in. So if you're gonna have a protein shake, that's pretty good. Like it's obviously a lot easier. Go to the gym, have a protein shake, but you can't replace your diet with supplements. It's a supplement because it supplements a good diet. Okay, and if you're gonna have protein, go for like a natural flavored. Go for something that doesn't have all the artificial flavoring and that kind of thing in there. If you're lactose intolerant, don't get whey protein. Go have like pea protein or hemp protein or something like that. And again, low carb, low sugar. Carbohydrates, their main kind of thing is to give you energy. If it's a simple carbohydrate like sugar, it's going to give you energy straight away and then basically make you release insulin. And insulin's going to tell your body to store any excess carbohydrates as fat. If it's a complex carbohydrate, it's going to be slow release. It's going to give you energy throughout the day, throughout the next couple of hours, and it's not going to give you that insulin spike like you would get with something like white bread or sugar. So an example of complex carbohydrates is sweet potatoes, root vegetables, brown rice, whole oats, quinoa. You've also got things like buckwheat. And if you wanted to, you could have maybe a few potatoes. Don't tell anyone I said that, but as long as you're keeping your complex carbohydrates at the beginning of the day and then not at nighttime because you're going to just go to sleep afterwards. And then you got fat. So the wrong fat is going to be stored as fat. So it's like trans fats, which is like baked goods, donuts, chips. But the right fat is going to actually help your body work a lot better. Okay, especially with like brain function, memory, lubrication of joints. Basically, the right fat actually helps as a messenger or like a little transport device for the bad fat to be taken to get burnt, as in the good fat transports the bad fat to be gone out of your body and taken to be excreted, so that's why you need it. And examples of that: avocado, coconut and olive oil, fish, nuts, seeds. If you want, obviously eggs, egg yolks, really good sources of fat. So general rules, I know you won't be able to cover all of these, but this is what you want to kind of aim towards. Breakfast within 30 minutes of waking, or you can exercise. What I don't want you to do is just smash a coffee and to use that as your thing to wake you up. Okay, that's artificially waking you up. You want to move or you want to eat food. Okay, try and have dinner before 7 p.m. I know in London that is quite difficult, so you need to prepare yourself. If you know you're going to be home late, then have a big afternoon tea and then um, have a smaller dinner. As I said, carbohydrates in the first half of the day. Don't skip meals, then for you're going to go into starvation mode. So when it comes to working out, try and have complex carbs about 2 hours before a workout. And then after your workout, your main thing should be protein within the first 30 minutes. 6 meals a day versus like 3 meals a day. This is kind of two different things that you can look at. So over here on the top left, you've got like the insulin spike. So insulin and blood sugar kind of work hand in hand. Insulin tells your body to store fat. So if you have too much, like 3 big meals kind of thing, you're going to kind of go breakfast. This is storing fat. Come down lunch, you're going to be very hungry and very tired. I'm going to have lots of food. Okay, cool. I'll be good here. And then bam, store fat. Hungry, tired, dinner, bam, store fat. Bed. Whereas what we want you to do is kind of have smaller meals throughout the day. So, breakfast, morning tea. I don't get up that high because you're not having massive meals, okay? You're not also having high carbohydrate or high sugary foods. So you're not going to get as hungry. You're not going to store as much fat because that's kind of what you want to aim for. So as I said, you need to eat less than you currently are, and that's about 1 handful of rice. Portion control when you eat out. It's a little bit of a hard one. This is what the Facebook group is for. Send photos to the Facebook group or to me with the menus and be like, which one do I have? A good rule of thumb though is kind of make a fist with your hand, times that by 2, so 2 of your fists, not of somebody with bigger hands, and that should be the amount of food that you eat. And obviously try and eliminate the carbohydrates, so try not to have the carbohydrate rich sources. This is what your plate should look like, whether or not you're eating out or not. So you've obviously got veggies. So that includes like your carbohydrate sources. So like at dinner time especially, that should be sweet potato, that should be root vegetables, that kind of thing. If you are having lunch or breakfast, you can have a little bit of complex carbohydrates like brown rice or that kind of thing. And your protein, fats. So olive oil as a dressing. Obviously, you're not really going to have nuts on your dinner plate, but you could have it in your salad. Seeds, egg yolks. You can even have natural peanut butter and then water to go with it. So that's all for the first one. If you have any questions, ask the Facebook group. And actually, one last thing that I want to go over is your nutrition plan. I know I did this in the welcome video, but I'll go over it again. It's just the food swapping on your nutrition plan. So imagine you are in this little thing here where you've got your food, you've got 7 days. Anything you see with this little thing means you can food swap it. So if you don't like it, I don't like cottage cheese, so I'll choose that one. And you've got 68 meals that are eligible for a swap. And basically you just pick one. So what meal was that? Breakfast. So maybe I will have, what's my breakfast? I actually don't really like any cheese. So hopefully there's something here that has got an egg alternative. Chicken. I can have a chicken egg. Select. And it will load. Eventually it will load. So now instead of having that cottage cheese, I can just have a 3-egg omelette or 1 3/4 egg omelette with some apple on the side. So that basically has then calculated that your calories here will mean that at the end of the day, that's about what you need to be having, okay? So this is set personally to you, your height, your sex, your goals, your weight, that kind of thing, okay? So that is all for today. Again, if you have any questions, just fire them away.